Okay, we're going to do an example here of how to convert from one unit to another. So we're going to start out with 23.0 millimeters. And we want to convert from that to meters, and then from meters we're going to go to kilometers. All right. So how do I do that? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write down my given, which is 23.0 millimeters, and then I want to multiply that number by a conversion, what I call a conversion factor, and they're in your book. It's either on page 11 or 12. In your book, there's a table of prefixes, and if you look at those prefixes, there's a number next to millimeter, and that number is 10 to the negative 3, which means 1 times the negative 3. Now, those numbers in that table always goes with the base unit. The base unit here is the one without a prefix, which is meters. And so I want millimeters down here in the denominator because I want to cancel out millimeters. And so 1 millimeter is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 3 meters. That 10 to the negative 3 goes to the base unit. And that means that the millimeter will divide out here. All right. And if we put that in our calculator, then we're going to put 23 times 1. There's a little E button on your calculator. The little EE button, and it's right below sign. It's above the comma. And you would push the second gold button, comma, which is the EE, and then you put negative 3. That would mean 1 times the negative 3. Do that in your calculator, you're going to get 0.023 meters. All right, if we want to write that in scientific notation, that'd be 2.3 times 10 to the negative 2 meters. Okay? Now that took us from 23 millimeters to meters. Now we want to go from meters to kilometers. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down this number right here that I just got because that's meters. So 0.023 meters. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to multiply by a conversion factor, and I always make a little box like this. And what unit goes down here in the denominator? I want you guys to mentally right now go ahead and work it out in your head. What unit goes down here? And we know that meters goes down here. Why? Because I want to divide out or cancel meters. And I want kilometers, so I'm going to put kilometers here. Now, if you look in the table on page 11 or 12, you'll notice that next to kilo is 10 to the positive 3, 10 to the third. Remember, that number goes with the base unit. The base unit is the unit without a prefix, which is meters in this case. So I'm going to put 1 times 10 to the third meters, and that's equal to 1 kilometer. Now notice that, just like above, the meters divide out. All right? When I multiply this, then I'm going to get 0.003 I'm almost out of room, but I think we can do it kilometers. So that's kilometers. And if we put that in scientific notation, which is what your calculator will give you, it won't do the 0.000230. It'll just give you 2.3 times 10 to the negative fifth. And you will put the kilometers. Obviously, that won't be your calculator. And that's how you do a conversion. I hope that's helpful.